Salagadoola, menchikaboola, bibbidi bobbidi boo. Put them together and what have you got? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Salagadoola, menchikaboola, bibbidi bobbidi boo. It'll do magic, believe it or not. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Now salagadoola.
Can I get a cup of water?
A menchikaboola roo. But the thing in the bob that does the job is bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Yep. Good evening. I'm Donald Matima, and tonight, your headlines. Leprechauns be in Georgia. They be terrorizing the hood and hiding in trees. When you flash a light up in their direction, they quickly and masterfully disappear.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All I gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun say yeah?
Due to inclement weather, there has been a severe decrease in the naked mile runners at Harlexton Manor. According to the esteemed historian, gardener, fashion designer, and all-around know-it-all, Roy Strong, England has been invaded by a rare species of attacking, supposed homosexual, swans. And now for our special report on one of Britain's natural treasures, the Broads.
The Broads, often misunderstood, misused, and abused, are a series of navigable rivers and lakes in the English countries of Norfolk and Suffolk. The word broad is actually derived from the Norfolk word for lake, hence the Broads. This rudimentary sketch of the Broads, no, not that broad, the other sketch, in a recent televised interview with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, the Broads were discussed at length with Her Royal Highness. Your Majesty, in a recent interview with Rolling Stone magazine, you were quoted saying, "The Broads are a figurative aspect of the landscape of Great Britain." What are your feelings about the Broads? In your own words, for our viewers around the globe who may not be familiar with the Broads, how would you describe the Broads?
The Broads are a vital part of the English landscape. Actually, last night I was compiling a short list of facts concerning the Broads from this interview. Let me see if I brought it with me. Here we are. The total area of the Broads is 303 kilometers squared, of which most is located in Norfolk and contains 200 kilometers of navigable waterways. In whole, the Broads contain 7 rivers and 63 broads, but only 13 of the Broads are actually deep enough and wide enough to afford passage of ships or other means of water transportation. The 7 rivers that are navigable in the Broads are the River Yar and the River Bur, the River Thurn, the River Ant, the River Waveney, and the River Chet, and the River Wensum. The Broads themselves vary in size from small pools to vast expanses of broads such as the Hickling Broad, the Barton Broad, and Braided Water, where the size of the pools average between 4 to 5 kilometers long and 1.5 kilometers wide. The Hickling Broad is one of the largest bodies of water in East Anglia, and is the largest broad within what we now call the Broads. The Broads are a national treasure to the people of my country, our country, and they must be preserved.
Thank you for that rather candid response, Your Majesty. Seems that we have run out of time, so back to you in the studio, Donalda.
And now, in this interview with Gordon Kingsley, principal of Harlaxton College, and surprise, he's also an expert on the subject of this story. He's going to inform all of you at home about the scientific aspects of the Broads.
Gordon Kingsley, according to the recent scientific reports, the Broads seem to be experiencing some problems with the water quality and various chemicals found in the water. Can you enlighten up a bit on these current environmental issues?
Why, yes, I can. When the Broads formed, they were crystal clear and contained a variety of specialized water plants. During the late 19th century and early 20th century, more and more people began discharging their waste, into rivers through the basic sewer system, and the plant species tolerant of the higher nutrient conditions became dominant. The wetlands then became richly productive and had an abundance of plant life aiding the food change when water quality changes.
But the Broads are now experiencing a decline in its productivity, is that correct?
Yes, they are. By the mid-1960s, the submerged water plants and many of the reed swamp had disappeared from all but 7 of the 63 Broads. The submerged water plants were replaced with phytoplankton. Is that right? Were replaced with phytoplankton or microscopic algae, turning the water green and cloudy. As a result, it prevented the food chain as a whole from thriving. The once vast diversity of wildlife has now depleted.
Does this have to do with the chemicals that are polluting the water?
Yes, it does. The loss of water quality is due to eutrophication. Eutrophication, the fertilization of water through nutrient enrichment by phosphates and nitrates. Phosphates mostly enter the waterways by way of sewage treatment networks, while nitrates mainly come from the agricultural land surrounding the broadland rivers.
What can we do to help solve this problem and make sure that the Broads are still in existence for our generations to come?
I will tell you. To improve the water quality of the Broads, the nutrient levels have to be reduced. The key element to undertake is the phosphorus that is present because it is easier to control than nitrogen and can be removed before it is discharged into the water. So we must kick phosphate butt. Phosphate stripping is an essential first step in the restoration process. The process involves adding ferric sulfate to sewage effluent, at sewage treatment works, It can remove over 90% of the phosphorus at most treatment works.
Thank you so much for leaving us with that little bit of hope. Now for a brief commercial
I'm glad to help.
Now, back and better than ever. After huge environmental changes, the Broads have been opened again for use by the public. Come out and experience the magic of boating, fishing, and the glory of nature at one of England's most beautiful natural treasures. Remember, once you go Broad, you'll never go back.
And now, Tormund. And now, to our most esteemed guest, Roy Strong, who took time off writing his new book entitled, Why Do All of Great Britain's Kings Have Homosexual Tendencies? To aid us in this report,